I'm kinda paranoid with Umineko. She could left Terukenjima. That's a thing that we wanted to avoid. I think the best person for that would be Rosa, who might die this time. Bad news is that I will have to end. Hello and welcome, Pocket Watch here, and it's about time for another episode of Umineko. Yeah, as you all know, I took a break, I took a little breath, and I'm back. I'm back full of energy, full of like fresh thoughts, fresh brain. I can actually think again. I slept well, and I hope I will keep sleeping well, and everything will be fine. So let's just go to the episode, because I've just finished recording Muramasa and Seki no Ingenok, and these two episodes were freaking fire. So I hope Umineko will not disappoint me and go on par with this. So let's go, because I have pretty much good day today. Let me know in the comments if you're happy that we are back. You probably are, but yeah, let me know. Yes, please revive us. I mean, you are not taking stakes on your side all the time. You should keep eye on your servants. Yeah, pretty much.
それよりこれはどういうことだ
見たままよ。わらわは足を踏み外して転落し死んだ。
なんだと19人目として登場しておきながら死んだだと
Yeah, pretty much. Now explain that, Butler.
ふざけるな、そんなわけはない。ローザおばさんは子供だったし焦ってた。
Yeah, actually you can explain this like that. She was a kid and she just panicked and thought like she's dead, and she actually survived. Like Kinzo found her and treated her.
医者がいたわけでもない。
Yeah.
多分死んだと誤解しただけで、お前は多分その仮死状態か何かで生きていたんだ。
Or just unconscious.
そうだろ。
She didn't have to pretend. It can't be true. She got to be alive. Otherwise, how can she be here? I mean, Butler, you are talking here like in that another dimension? You are in freaking another dimension! And you are questioning someone how you can be here. Okay. The kid aged Aunt Rosa shook Beatrice's body, crying. I stared into that face too. But her eyes were still open, and it really was a corpse. I wanted to dodge the issue by saying something vague like, she must be playing dead. But no matter how I looked at it, it didn't look fake at all. It really did look like she was dead. Beatrice had fallen upside down from a cliff of that height, and her head had smashed against the pointed tip of those sharp rocks. Yeah, you would probably die after landing on those rocks from that height. But I couldn't accept it. No matter how dead she looked, she had to be alive. Then she went to become this damn irritating witch. This makes all the inconsistent fits. Grandfather must kept her confined constantly in a hidden dimension. Then, to take revenge for that, she committed several atrocious murders. Aunt Rosa probably just mistaken, though she was dead. But she was actually alive, and as soon as Aunt Rosa left, would miraculously breathe again. Then she somehow lived on until today, and opened the curtain on her revenge drama. Otherwise, the facts don't fit together.
そう簡単には騙されねえぞ。赤で復唱できるか。確かに死んだと。どうせ生きてるんだろ。見え見えだぜ。
What will you do if you get red on this? Is it a check?
それのどこが生きているように見えるというのか。間違いなく死んでいる。
Okay. Okay, this is very specific. I just want to point it out. She say, it's definitely dead. And what I mean, this is very specific. She can refer to the body. To this flesh body. It's dead. It doesn't mean she, as a person, as a soul, as a spirit, as a witch, as a Beatrice, she's dead. She just said that it's definitely dead. Its body. This body is dead. Might be this. We don't know. But, you know, I like to... I'm kinda paranoid with Umineko, and I really check things literally. From some point, I don't know, from sounds like late episode 1 or early episode 2. My theory that 19th person was grandfather mistress, a human Beatrice, had been defeated. But still, there is 19th person then, but this is not the Beatrice. If you think that Beatrice is actually dead, and we didn't have confirmation that there is only 19 people on this island with the red text, so that means it can be someone else. The 19th person still exists, but it's not the Beatrice, it's someone else. That's what he can think about. I had planned to strike back from a defensive position, but...
なら、お前は何者だってんだ。お前はたった今死んだんだろうが。まさか魔法で蘇ったとか言い出すんじゃねえだろうな。
すでに説明したと思うがな。そこに倒れているわらわは確かに魂はわらわだが、その体はわらわをうつしおへつなぎ止めておく。
Yeah, it's definitely dead, like I said.
そしてその肉の檻がこうして壊れた。それがどういうことかわかるか？
もうさっぱりだぜ。好きなだけ魔女っ子道具に興じろよ。チャカの代わりに聞いてやら。なんだ、空っぽか。おい、紅茶のおかわりを頼むぜ。
Okay.
ロノウェ、客人が紅茶をお望みだ。
That's good, I like it. I like it how Butler just wants some tea and she just summoned Ronoe. This is great. When Beato clapped her hands, Ronoe appeared. The butlers sure are convenient.
おかわりですね。かしこまりました。どの程度お継ぎしましょうか。
どうせチャカがボリューム満点だろうからよ。半分でいいぜ。
それでもなみなみとお入れするのが英国式でございますよ。
Well, this is... You mean like you have English tea there? Maybe this is like Earl Grey or something, I don't know. What are the English teas? Are there like some specific English teas actually? Like British teas? Huh. Even though just enough to wet my throat would be fine, he filled it up to the top. I turned my back to Beato, sipping it in silence. Okay, we're continuing from the backstory. Rosa shook me. No, shook the corpse that had once been me. Oh wow, we are looking from perspective of Beatrice being the spirit now. I watched over her from a short distance away. Huh, there she is. Yep. Ah, so I fell from there and died. For a while I believed that was true. I saw Rosa spending long time beside my corpse, then watched her as she ran away. I wonder if Beatrice realized at this point who she is actually, because she's not in the mortal body. Maybe she remembers now that she was a witch. Eventually I realized that I was different individual from that corpse. Yeah. Is that new music?
わらわか。
It's new soundtrack.
ようやく金蔵の戒めから逃れられたのか。
Eventually, I felt the memory returning. The fact that I was the endless witch, who had lived for 1000 years. Then I remembered that I'd been summoned by Kinzo, and that I'd been imprisoned by him for a long time. Also, someone mentioned in the comments before, in like 2 episodes ago I think, or 3. I didn't thought about that, but... because I was thinking that the first body should be different than the second body and everything, right? But we never had the specifics what the magic can do, actually. And I didn't think that there might be the case that her magic allows her to gain, like, I would say eternal youth, you know? Like preserving life, basically. So maybe her first body is actually the same as this one. Because she lived for 1000 years in the first body, which was this, which was looking like this one. And she simply could do that. Then she died, somehow, and Kinzo made a artificial body that looks exactly like this one. Like her first one, you know? So he would see her like being the same person. Yeah, that's just random thoughts. Like, it could happen, I mean. Like, maybe she never changed the body. Maybe she was always the same. And she was just forever young. With the magic. Who knows? Maybe we'll learn it later on. Then I remember that I'd been summoned by Kinzo, and that I'd been imprisoned by him for a long time. Okay, he didn't know how she looked like before, so he couldn't prepare the body that looks like the first one, because he summoned her. That means he summoned the spirit, not the physical one. Unless you can like summon someone from across the country, like in physical form, but I don't think so. Anyway, while being imprisoned in the cage of flesh, I completely lost my memory of witch. However, thanks to Rosa, if I could say that, thanks to my accidental death, I'd now finally regain myself.
ローザ、そなたはわらわを死なせてしまったと、こうわらわにとっては感謝したいくらい。
Yep. I couldn't see Rosa anymore. Did she go to call a doctor? Or was she so terrified that she ran away? It no longer matters. That soulless shell no longer has any value. And yet, I'm so frail now. Even this glorious midday sun is agony to me. I destroyed my human form. Then I changed into several gold butterflies. Yes, with my magical power as frail as it is now, this form is easier to maintain. To escape even a little from the light of the sun, I rode the wind and gently flew up to the side of the cliff. It will probably be a bit cooler in the forest. Anyway, I'll take some time to recuperate and regain my former power, as I ponder how to make Kinzo pay up all he owes me. Huh. But she wasn't angry at Kinzo, right? In the game, in the episode 2, or she wasn't angry at him. Huh. So what happens later on? Dancing around through the air, I looked down at the shore one more time. On the rocky shore lay the figure of what had once been me. The figure I would eventually regain. To regain the form of that physical body I had thrown away. It would probably take more than 100, 200 days. That's not long time. So she can, with magic, actually create a physical body. Well, we saw this in the episode 2 actually. Like, she walked to the mansion. She was in the mansion as like just living human. And she could still scatter. And it might require 1000 days, or perhaps even more. Okay, 1000 is kinda bigger number. However, I am Endless Wish. The Golden Wish has lived for 1000 years. Waiting any uncountable number of days would be no problem. Oh, Kinzo. Regret that you are not here now. No longer will be able to capture me. Is she going back? To find Kinzo? To see what he's doing? Yep, there was love.
Soれで、お前は黄金の蝶に姿を変え、森の中に潜んで魔力が回復するのを待った。
Yep, that's what she claims at least.
そういうことだ。
Butter is not going to believe it.
そ
No
なたを
way.
調
He
整する
cannot
た
believe
めに
it,
この
actually.
姿を取るが、本来は蝶たちの姿でいた方が魔力的には楽なのだ。
無理しねえで楽な格好で嫌がれよ。ムカつく笑い声を聞かずに済むぜ。
When I turned into butterflies and slipped into the forest, I was already no longer possible for Kizo to find me.
だが、金蔵も指を加えているわけではなかった。しかし、わらわを捕らえる方法はすぐに用意はできぬ。そのため、まずはわらわをこの島から逃さぬ方法。
Oh, is this about the mirror?
そして、わらわが力を取り戻すことがないよう、即座に手をやれやれ。とにかく金蔵の執念深いことと言ったら、そう、あれに惚れられるのもなかなかに辛いものだ。
蝶になったお前を逃がさない方法？なんだよ。森全体に蚊帳でも張ったってのか？
Kinda.
うん。それを魔法的にそなたは知っておるか？船着き場の先の洋上に岩礁が浮かび、そこに小さな東洋魔術の祠があること。
ああ、あれか。今年はなくなってたけどな。昔、修験者が作ってったとかいう祠なんだろ？
六軒島は元来、歪みのある島でございます。
But it also prevents her from using like most of her magic, right? Shannon was told to destroy this, so Beatrice could like regain her power. So this mirror is not only blocking her powers, but it's also acting as a shield, basically, around Rokkenjima. Why didn't she left then? I mean, if she goes into butterfly state, right? She could left the Rokkenjima. Unless she have no strength to actually fly through the ocean. And like survive in the sun and everything. But she regained enough power to maintain her human form. Like... I don't know why she didn't left Rokkenjima. I wonder if it will be explained. Because if the mirror was the force field, then after it got destroyed, she could just left.
魔力的な存在やそれに類した存在を引きつけます。お嬢様もそんなうちのお一人でございましょうね。紅茶のおかわりはいかがですか？
いただこうぞ。それらは人間たちに害をなし、おそらく数々それを聞きつけた東洋魔術師が古代に設けたのがあの長い時間を経て、その力は失われており、金蔵はそれを修復することで島の結界を蘇らせ、わらわを再び島に縛り付けたのだ。
西洋魔女のお前に東洋の魔法なんて通じるのかよ。
本来は相性が悪い。しかしわらわを封じたいという目的においてはある意味都合が良かっただろうな。わらわも西洋魔術であれば心得がある。
That's true. So she could break it, and like that she's unable to understand us basically. She would have to need some references about this magic that holds her.
どのような結界であっても何かの手が打てたであろう。しかし東洋魔術は専門外よ。わらわが飲まんとするスープに対しスプーンではなく箸を与えられたようなものだ。
東洋魔術が強く支配する空間では西洋魔術はひどく力を失います。ただでさえ1000日はかけたであろう力、さらに長くかけねばならなかったのです。
それで約20年かけて魔力を取り戻し、今こうして蘇ったって言いたいのか？
辛く長い年月であった。わらわは黄金の蝶の姿のまま長く日々を送り、金蔵どのように仕返しをしてやろうか、それを思案することだけを日々の楽しみに生きてきた。わらわにとって幸運だったのは、金蔵はわらわを探し出し、捕らえるあらゆる秘術にことごと人間に起こせる奇跡の数など、わらわをあれだけ長く捕らえていただけでも十分に身に過ぎた奇跡だ。そう何度も捕らえられてはたまらぬわ。
Well, she underestimated
じい
him,
さ
so
ん
probably
が前のゲー
before.
ムだかで言ってたな。魔法は確率的奇跡に宿るみたいなことをよ。
Oh yeah, like the less probable is the outcome, the better it is. Basically, like the bigger risk, the bigger reward.
うん。金蔵はわらわを再び捕らえる秘術を探るうちにそこに行き着いたのだ。そして13人の生贄を捧げることでわらわを再び蘇らせる儀式をついに編み出したのだ。
Okay, and why you are going with this? If you get revived as a human, then he can capture you again, right? Then why?
13人の生贄。
それが魔女の生贄の歌で、第1の
Song
番
of
に
Sacrifices
6人、第2の番に2、そして第4の番から第8の番にかけて合計13人の生贄を捧げる。その生贄はランダムに決められ、儀式を執り行う金蔵自身も例外にはなりません。
Well, you say it's random, but not really. It's like batteries have full control over this. So that's kinda kills the purpose of a random selection.
バカ野郎。この島で起こったあの凄惨な殺人が全部おかしな儀式だって言うのかよ。
I'd had a vague idea that might be the case. Yeah, when you have like demonic symbols on doors and everything, yeah, that kinda looks like some kind of ritual. But I couldn't just hear that it was true from a witch and a demon. And say, oh really? And accept it.
六軒島には18人いる。13人が生贄に捧げられ、5人だけが生き残る。そしてわらわはよみがえる。つまり、金蔵がわらわに再び会える確率は、だいたい3分の1といったところか。その確率に自らの命を落とし、残りわずかな寿命の最後の一瞬に、わらわとの再会を
そのふざけた儀式のために俺たち親族が集められたってのかよ。
Yeah, he kinda doesn't care about you.
ふざけやがって。いい加減なことを抜かすんじゃねえ。
元より契約の通りだ。
Oh? Really?
金蔵の生を終える貸し与えた黄金と、そして金蔵が生み出した財産のすべてをわらわがもらい受けることになっておる。金蔵には散々に英雄を飲まされたが、今となってはこの1000年でも稀な時間だった。何しろ魔女の天敵は退屈よ。それから逃れることのできる数十年間を提供した金蔵には、なるほど、それも含めて借りがあるやもしれぬ。わらわは金蔵のゲームに乗ることにした。そしてまず金蔵は後宮家当主の指輪をわらわに返却する。
Yep.
わらわの黄金で復興させた家だからな。そして13人の生贄を気まぐれに決めるのだ。
As again, there's no much randomness in this.
そしてその過程でお前たちが右往左往し、わらわに立ち向かおうと様々な人間模様を見せてくれることは、わらわにとって非常に愉快なことだ。わらわはこの金蔵のゲームを実に気に入っている。
Yeah. She's treating it like just like a game, like a fun thing to do. She's really bored.
そんな魔法話は絶対信じねえぞ。じゃあお前は誰？お前は崖から転落して死んだんだろうが、魂が抜け出して蝶になって森へ？そんなのあるわけねえだろうが。だがお前はここに誰だってんだ。お前こそが19人目じゃねえのかよ。
そうであるな。わらわこそが19人目であろうな。だがダメだぜ。全然ダメだ。
Okay.
この六軒島に
Oh!
19人以上の人間は存在しない。
Oh shit! That's a thing that we wanted to avoid. It doesn't help. I wanted to say this is very specific once again, but it's not helping us. There are no more than 18 humans on this Rokkenjima. Wait, this is more specific than I thought. I was thinking about humans for a second. Like more than 18 humans, so that would suggest there can be more than 18 people, but they don't have to be humans necessarily. So it would like suggest the existence of the witch, basically. So that would be kinda checkmate for Butler. But then I saw this. On this Rokkenjima. You mean like this in this game? Right? So that might not be true for the other Rokkenjima from the previous games. Or is there like parallel universe maybe? Okay, I'm going too far. But this is very specific on this Rokkenjima and humans. Okay, let's see how Butler will react to this. This is basically the sentence we wanted to avoid.
なんだってってことは、
Yeah.
18人プラス X の X は存在しないってのかよ。
Well, fuck. Are we
俺が
really
取ったコマ
losing?
X は
I mean,
存在しないってのかよ。
game said this is the easy difficulty.
そういうことになります。実にご愁傷様ですよ。
Oh, I don't know.
しかしお嬢様も手がお早いですな。もう少し泳がせて最後にひっくり返すものとばかり思っておりました。さてバトラス様、紅茶のおかわりはもう結構ですか？
いらねえよ、チキショウ。俺は信じないぞ。18人の中に犯人がいるわけねえ。じゃあお前は何なんだよ。どうしてここにいるんだよ。19人目が存在しないってんなら、お前は18人の誰かの変装だって言うのかよ。
Okay, didn't thought about that. Wait, that might be a possibility. What if one of the siblings actually is like not a sibling? What if he got like captured? Like before coming on this island? And she's like just pretending to be someone. I think the best person for that would be Rosa. Because she knows Rosa from like when she was young. She probably observed her a lot. She knows how she behaves and stuff. What if Rosa is actually dead? Maybe when they came on this island and Rosa was somewhere alone, she got killed by Beatrice and then Beatrice took her form and pretends to be one of the 18 people. If it's the case, then she is a freaking good actor. But I don't think that's the case. This is just some crazy idea I got. Based on what he just said.
そなたにとってしぶしぶ18人の誰かを疑うことが最後の逃げ道、キャスリングとなるであろう。しかしわらわはここからが難しいのだ。
For me, from here on out. Why?
そなたはなりふりさえ捨てれば18人もの人間を自在に
Oh yeah,
犯
that's
人
true.
に仕立て上げ
That's
ら
true.
れる。
And that would be very hard for her to prove that the witch actually exists. But she's betting on Butler being innocent fool, basically. Fooling himself that none of his siblings, none of the parents, no one from the family could do that. She's just betting on that.
その18人の駒をくぐわらわを認めさせチェックメイトに至るのは実に難しいことよ。
そんなことするもんか。18人の誰も疑わない。
Then what you going to do then?
疑いたくない。またここに追い込まれちまったのか。ちくしょう、ちくしょう、ちくしょう。
三度に及んだそなたとのゲームもいよいよ終盤戦のようではないか。
There's no way the third game is so freaking short. There's no way, actually.
もう逃げ場はないぞ。
If this episode ends like that, what the fuck, Umineko?
お前の大好きな18人を疑いたくないだろう。わらわがそれをかぶってやるぞ。
Also, we didn't show Lambda Delta and Berncastle yet, so it cannot end.
なのになぜわらわを拒むのか。序盤は本のように、中盤は魔術師のように、そして終盤は機械のようにさせとな。
Is there a saying like that? I never heard that.
これより詰めるぞ。ゆっくりじっくり確実にな。 いや、それともそなたにふさわしく一気に畳みかけるのが良いのか。そなたにはそれが似合うだろう。そうしよう。
Okay, what you gonna say now in red? I'm kinda terrified.
すでにそなたの苦手とする攻め方も知り抜いておるわ。
Well, crap. And we're back to the normal game finally. Let's see how the story continues. Okay. We are showing the characters. This is the same as in episode 1. Did they show her characters in the episode 2? I think so. Oh, there's a scene with the ring. Okay. Let's see who dies in this episode. First Twilight. Who may die this time? Oh, I wanted to check the characters and just say something, but basically what I think someone from Kids might die this episode. I'm assuming that because pretty much every single adult was killed in the last 2 episodes as the first Twilight. So I have a feeling like this is time for maybe servants dying pretty much early, maybe someone from siblings and some parents, or we will get like most of servants being killed and then some parents, so the kids and some parents will be alive. This is pretty intense. Oh, there she is. Wow. 1 minute. Great.
さて、この度のゲームはどう転ぶのか。委ねるもよし、抗うもよし。
Yep.
いずれにせよ、わしに残されたわずかの命をトスに値する実に楽しい宴よ。
In his dimly lit study, occasionally brightened by lightning, Kinzo kept mumbling and laughing to himself. On the antique clock with the intricate design that had been sitting on the desk, the 2 of overlapping heads tilted the hands to the right and began to slide. The measure of time that counted up to 24 had returned to 0 and had begun to count back again.
時の刻みとは残酷なものよ。24を数えるために1日をかけてたどり着き、そして再び0に戻る。23時59分までは確かに数えただろう。しかし24時にたどり着くことはできたのだろうか。たどり着けず再び0時に戻ったと考えれば、それはなんとも虚しいことよ。
This is kinda analogy to how the games works. I mean, like the Beatrice and the Butler, like first game, second game. And basically resetting to 0. But perhaps a person's life is the same. You live aiming for a perfect 24, and in an instant you reach it, you return to 0. People will probably praise the department saying that he did reach 24, but he most certainly did not. At the end, he's a 0.
わしは違うぞ。そここそが黄金鏡。
Well, you get eaten there, apparently.
ベアトリーチェの住処なのだから。
I want kinda more information about Golden Land, like what exactly it is. It sounds like... it looked like some kind of portal? Maybe? When the space blended with the other dimension? With the hell, basically? I would say? And you got eaten. Yeah, that's fun. Kinzo had been fumbling around with some tarot cards for some time. It looked as though he was trying to divine his own luck with a contest, doing it over every time he didn't like the result. Yeah, great. That's cheating. The most forbidden action in tarot reading is trying to predict the same thing twice. To do so ridicules the results of fortune telling, and also desecrates those being higher than humans that gave revelations through the tarot cards. However, Kinzo knew tarot cards shouldn't be used twice because since they're nothing more than a random number generator. Yep, reading them twice will naturally cause a different result to appear. Therefore, reading them twice was only forbidden to preserve the mystic of the tarot cards results. However, that didn't mean that Kinzo didn't take tarot reading seriously. Kinzo's interpretation of tarot reading was done in a completely different way. Okay, let's hear it. That was to repeat the reading over and over, without giving up in the slightest until he reaches the result most favorable to him. I'm doing this a lot. I'm not like, I don't mean like in tarot, but in general, if there's like some random number generator, and I kinda like to do this also, like repeating things over and over, and just take the best outcome. The mark he set for this most favorable result would vary, but then he demanded the most favorable result, in a strictly literal sense. It was the same as a simple roulette of luck, where he seeked an arithmetic miracle. However, Kinzo used miracles of numbers as basis of his magical power. Sorry if you can hear something loud. So this functioned perfectly well as magical ritual. In other words, until the result he desired appeared perfectly, he would strive to repeat the tarot readings over and over, with conviction, turning the feeling of his heart into prayers, so that when they reached the heavens, they would be sublimed into the results. This was Kinzo's personal magical interpretation. Therefore, even though Kinzo's tarot cards were no different from those generally used, the way in which they were used was completely different. Seems like it.
今宵は思い通りにならぬな。
Okay. Kinzo stopped his hand for a second. He seems to not getting the results he wanted. On the contrary, bad cards that shouldn't show up so often appeared repeatedly, and continued to interfere with the miracle Kinzo wished for.
そういうことなのか。
Is Kinzo going to die in the first twilight? But how? I mean, he's in his study protected by magical door basically. Kinzo seems to have received some revelation that was different from normal, but judging by the unlucky cards scattered across his desk, it was difficult to imagine that the omen had been a good one. For a while, Kinzo closed his eyes tightly, pondering something. Then, as the thunder rolled, He made up his mind about something. Took the telephone receiver and yelled. Okay, this is different from last games. Unless he's calling someone we don't know. He's not contacting anyone from the family, then that would make sense, because we didn't saw Kinzo anyway. But phones are not working right now. But the mansion phones, like, around the mansion still works, I think. So he should, like, call someone from servants. Yeah. This is after the ring scene. I wonder when what. Yeah, maybe we'll see like the time when she actually put the ring on her hand. In front of the entrance hall, Shannon once burning face had been cooled off by the Frigidaire. She had thought that George's proposal would surely come sooner or later. It wasn't as though she hadn't prepared herself mentally, and she had answered by nodding. Had she been reckless because of her youth? Should she have thought about her future more seriously? I wonder if my immediate reply made him think I'm cheap girl. If I'd at last waited until tomorrow's morning, would that at least have shown him I was taking this seriously? Now that she's already received the ring from George, Sean kept fidgeting in embarrassment. I should have done this. I should have done that. As she did, she heard the sound of footsteps splashing through puddles. Sean immediately chased away the emotions whelping up inside.
Genji-sama, Kanon-kun mo. すみません。すぐに戻らなくて。
Okay. She grew stiff, thinking she would surely be scolded for spending too much time in her secret lovers meeting with George. Yeah. Okay, so all of them. All three of them, like the top 3 servants of the Shiromiya family. Which were granted power by Kinzo somehow.
はい、一体何事なの？
不吉な予感がするってさ。自分で儀式を起こしておいて都合のいい話さ。
Yeah.
大田に気取られぬよう裏から入る。
Okay.
足音に気をつけろ。
Why would you hide from Gota though? I mean, he would just think that they were just summoned by Kinzo. It doesn't mean that they can't show him that. Okay, it doesn't make sense to me. Why they have to be so secret about that? Unless Kinzo wants them to be secret, then sure. That's his order.
はい、姉さん注意して。姉さんは賑やかだから。
Kanon was especially good at hiding his footsteps, just like a cat. He was able to suddenly be there without anyone noticing and live in the same way. For example, even though he stepped in puddles, the sound he made was far smaller than that of the rain hitting them. Genji also had abilities of that kind. Or rather, those servants called furniture were supposed to be like that. Just like how desks and closets got unnoticed by members of the family, these servants also held it a great virtue to just suddenly be there whenever they were needed. Compared to that, Shan's footsteps still strongly asserted themselves. She was also trying to hide her footsteps, but compared to Kanon Genji, well, you could say she was a little bit more boisterous. Eventually, they reached the back door, and the 3 of them entered the mansion. Interesting. Immediately, They thought they felt something. It was different from a sense of smell, and it seems to hit the depths of their noses. This hard to describe sensation, which you might call a sixth sense, allowed them to perceive that something was different than usual.
源氏様。
急ぐぞ。
What's going on? Is this the first twilight already? Are there people dead in some room? That sensation made it feel as though a tense something was pressing in around them. Realizing that, the three of them dashed up the stairs, heading for Kinzo's study, while still hiding their footsteps. When they dashed up the stairs, the smell of sweet poison particular to Kinzo's study reached their noses. Okay.
いかがなさいましたか、源氏様。
結界が死んでいる。
Did Kinzo willingly put off the barrier? What? After hearing Canon's words, she looked at the door to the study. A scorpion pattern was engraved on the doorknob. A powerful ward against magic. The final barrier which protected Kinzo himself. It had been broken. Of course, there was no change to the doorknob that the eye could see. However, those who could understand things people couldn't perceive were able to recognize that a dramatic change had occurred.
親方様、親方様、源氏でございます。
Okay, so Kinzo is one of the first
こ
victims.
こをお開けください。
Genji called in this way after knocking several times, but there was no answer from his study.
シャノン、背中を守れ。
Well, shit.
カノン、室内を探れ。
We didn't saw Kinzo in the first episode, we didn't saw Kinzo in the second episode, and apparently there will be no much of Kinzo in the third episode.
はい。
Kaon put his ear against the door, searching for a presence inside the study. To protect the backs of the pair watching the door, Shaun faced the other way, ready for the unexpected.
親方様はですが、静
Yeah.
ご無事だということか。
いえ、静かが過ぎます。
Yeah.
まさかそんな。
親方様、扉を失礼させていただきます。
Genji pulled a gold key out of his pocket. It was the only key to the study that existed, other than the one Kinzo held. He stuck it in the hole and turned it heavily. At first glance, that seems to prove that it was sturdy lock. Yeah, that's not helping. However, now that the barrier had been destroyed, the door might as well be left open from the viewpoint of anyone with magical power. The heavy sound just now meant that the door had been opened, even for humans. Okay, this is in bold. I don't know why, but okay. I mean, this makes sense.
失礼いたします。
Like, this is an obvious statement there. As Genji respectfully bowed his head, and Kanon's sense of tension grew tighter, and Shaun trembled, they entered the study. Oh! He's fine! Okay. They immediately discovered Kinzo's figure. He was sitting on the reception sofa, so that his back faced them. Genji noticed a person sitting across from him and again bowed deeply. Kan also noticed that person, but he didn't bow his head. Oh, Beatrice is there. He stood in front of Shannon and spread out his arms, blocking the way to her. So without even seeing that person's face, Shannon already had a good idea who it was.
お越しでございました、ベアトリーチェ様。
Welcome!
源氏か。
You got invited by Kinzo.
なかなかに早いな。やはり家具は主の呼びかけに素早く答える方が良い。こやつとは大違いだ。
ロノエ様もお越しでしたか。
So they know about Rudo as well. Genji directed his greeting towards the thin darkness behind and the right of Beatrice, where there shouldn't be anything. Even Count Shannon would never have imagined that someone was there. However, the darkness responded immediately and prized Genji's eyesight.
相変わらずさすがです。だいぶの久しぶりになりますね。それにしても老けましたね。
Yeah, well, he's a human.
それだけの弱いを重ねましたか。
充実した日々を過ごしております。ロノエ様におかれましてもますます充実されて、
そしてシャノンも
I like
久
this
しぶりですね。
I like the interaction between them. Oh, I wonder if Shannon saw him though.
君は随分と美しくなった。
Oh yeah, she saw because yeah, they said before like she know who he is.
そして随分と強くなったようですね。
Yeah, she can fend off Beatrice basically.
良いことです。
ありがとうございます。
姉さん、あいつは一体。
Oh, Canon don't know him. Okay.
カノン君とは会うのは初めてになりますね。私はベアトリーチェ様の家具頭を任されておりますロノ源氏さんの古い馴染みですよ。あなたと同じに私も家具です。使える主は異なりますが。
The tense color didn't disappear from Canon's face in the slightest. Depending on the master furniture set, they might be kind or brutal or anything else. If this person claimed to be furniture serving the hated Beatrice, then he must be despicable as well.
わらわもすっかり嫌われたものだ。
Yeah, by Canon, mostly.
坊主憎ければ今朝までなんとかとはよく言ったものよ。
Beatrice openly sneered at Canon's hate-filled face. Then Canon finally realized. Beatrice and Kinzo were having a chess game across the reception table. Oh, this is like an end of episode 2. But Kinzo hadn't even quivered. He was holding his head with both hands, his eyes closed tight, as he contemplated his next move. Or was he in anguish? Or maybe he's dead, actually.
わらわが金蔵に伝えたのは2つ。
Okay, so good for Kinzo. He met Beatrice early in the game, so his dream got like realized.
良い知らせと悪い知らせだった。良い知らせは儀式を終えずしてわらわと再会できる幸運を得たこと。
Okay. And I will tell you the bad news, though. Bad news is that I will have to end the episode. I think that's a good place to end the episode. I feel like we will have more talk and some exposition from Beatrice right here and meeting with servants. So I think this is the perfect place to end and continue this next time. So yeah, this episode was also fire, so I'm so glad that I'm back. I'm really glad. Muramasa was great, Inganaku was amazing, and Umineko also was great, so great recording session, I would say. Anyway, thank you for watching the episode, thank you for being with me again, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. So for now, Pocket Watch is going out.